All right. Hello, everyone. Today we are having another episode of Martin Wong Chat. My hair is a mess here right now. I don't even know what's going on. I think we're on episode 36. I think the last time was 35 of Handle Art. Tonight, we have Athel, which is another amazing photographer that I've met in the cosplay scene. See, I actually didn't say cosplay photographer because he doesn't just shoot cosplay. But of course, you can watch this live on stream, twitch.tv/MartinWongPhoto, as well as watch this on YouTube. I might change it to a different YouTube channel just for this chat, so we'll see. But also find us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, so you can find our works there as well. Of course, I have some bonus content on Patreon as well. That's patreon.com/MartinWongPhoto. But don't worry, if that's not what you're into, don't worry about it. But yeah, so today is gonna be a lot about photography and cosplay, and a lot about ranting about life. So we'll see how that
Can't
goes.
wait.
What's up, my man?
Hey, how's it going, Martin? Long time no see. Hope you're still safe out there.
Trying to be. But here's the thing,
Good.
right? Because you're in New York, right?
Boston. I wish I was in New York
Boston.
City. I go there a lot, but I do not live in New York City. I get that a lot.
I see a lot of your photos that's happened in New York City.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's what modeling stuff are.
yeah, I enjoy the city. I go there legit like every weekend. Well, before this world exploded thing. But sometimes I value not being around a million people all the time, and that's where Boston kind of comes in. Boston's also cleaner. So as much as I wanted to move to New York City, I'm going to stay in Boston ultimately.
Especially with what happened with coronavirus, I think it is better for you to actually stay in Boston. Like the whole situation.
We do have some really good healthcare. We've been
and New York was
well.
was a mess with the virus situation. But the thing is that right now, I feel like we're getting better at the whole situation. So yeah. I'm at the point where I'm like, when is it okay to me like hit people up to say, hey, you want to shoot?
Yeah, that's my thoughts like every day. I'm just like, I want to shoot something. I haven't touched my camera in a long time.
Because if I ask too early, I might get judged. And
yes.
I can definitely, like I can't even post online. I wouldn't dare to post online and say, hey, who want to shoot? Because then you get all these people. Yeah. Like here's the thing too, like, because photography is one of my major source of income. I'm sure it might be same as for you as well.
Same here as well.
So we have a lot of people who say like, hey, stay safe. And you're like, if you like try to go outside, you're so irresponsible. And like me and a bunch of other people too I know in the world is that they need to survive. They have to pay rent. They have to eat.
Yeah. Rent still exists, especially in the our states, which tend to have a ludicrously high cost of living.
Yep. And I feel like the people who are saying like, no, you should be responsible and just stay at home regardless of whatever. I'm like, let me guess, you still have an income, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what I think so far.
Definitely been feeling that whole jealous of the work from home folk, but luckily I predicted this clusterfuck, and I have a nice little nest egg that I'm living off of right now. So hopefully this doesn't last past, I don't know, August or so. Then we start getting a little worried.
Start counting. It's like, yeah. At that point, it's like, okay. Yeah. Let's really new plans. Yeah. So I start doing what a lot of photographers do, selling presets.
I've been wanting to for a long time. Like I never quite got to locking down the specific process of my color grading. It's very
here's exactly. And here's the thing, though. Every single photo is different. Yeah. So there's no one way for me to say this preset will work for all photos. Yeah. To think that is definitely it's a stupid way to like go about doing a photo.
Yeah, it's no one size fits all thing for presets. I have tried in the past with many presets. I have yet to find one that fits all of my photos.
Here's the problem for me too. Like, I really focused on color grading in the last year and a half. And man, you thought that once you learn more, you get faster. I got even slower because I spent even more time.
I spent so much time. I like 20 layers. It's like like shadows, highlights, midtones, up like
Hmm.
skin is too red, new layer, color balance. Like it's like 40 layers of just color grading. It takes up like half the time of editing
Every time I
itself.
learn a new technique, it's supposed to speed me
Yeah,
up. It does
it
make me
really is.
even
Never
longer to like,
does.
oh, I can make this. Like, here's the thing too. I was talking to other photographers, and even with Wong before, like the difference between like maybe even 75 or even 60% to 90% of the quality, most people can't tell. We can, me and you
Yeah,
can tell, but most people cannot, and both
yeah,
because they either don't have trained eyes or they don't really, or social media, like Instagram's too small for them to see.
yep.
But
Agreed.
I can't let go. I cannot let it go.
Yeah. It's just like I know that me fixing this thing is pointless. Like no one will notice it, but I
Yeah,
notice it.
yeah. Like
It's
that's
gonna bother me for a long time if I don't fix it.
like the whole. Yeah, I can always spend an additional 10 minutes on the photos.
Yeah.
Like there's sometimes I'll send a photo to my phone just to take a look before posting it. I'm like,
Hmm.
it's pretty good, but I'm like, but it's not good enough. There's it's a little bit too red. It's just +2, a little bit too red. That means -2 on this side. But to most people, it's like, yeah, it's just exactly the same. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's but it's that's just our life, and it's man being photographer. I was actually just made a Twitter post just now too. A
Oh,
lot of
what
people
of?
a lot of people envy of what we do. It's like, oh, we take
Oh
pictures
yeah,
of
100%.
the idea is great. The idea of what we do sounds amazing, but it's not. Like I even said just now, it's like if you really want a picture of pretty girls or pretty people in general, you can actually hire them. They're models. They're for hire. That's like their job, you know. But people feel like it's such a different kind of concept, and it's not that much fun. You spend hours editing.
Yeah, yeah, and like honestly, I spend maybe 10% like uh uh of my time actually taking photos. Most of it is
Hmm.
spent editing, social
Yep.
media, sending emails. I don't take photos that often, to be honest with you. It's like it's not a glorious thing, but it's my passion, so like I love it obviously. But yeah, it's not all taking photos. It is a lot of not taking photos and stuff that's really dull and really stressful.
Like a lot of people do not know the difference between a photographer and an retoucher.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're definitely both, but some like in the professional scene. I mean, we are in the professional scene, but at some level, we know as well is that photographer and a retoucher are totally different people.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
who's that one guy that's in Philippines that does photography, but he's not the editor. Um, I forget his name, but he's a cosplay one too. But yeah, he
Oh, I've
does all
probably
this.
seen his work somewhere
Oh, I'm
before.
sure you have. He does all this amazing like shoots with, but he's not the editor. He has someone that does it for him, and I don't know. Like the cosplay scene in America would not understand that. Like for example in China, in Asia, not just China, like Japan or China, but mostly China, is that the photographer are the one who just take the photos, and the
Yeah,
editors are
and the
the
cosplay editing.
yeah, it's a cosplayer who do the editing. That's why they all look the same and they all got like liquefied to heck.
Yeah. That does not fly here. Oh man, no
Oh
one touches
no.
my photos.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. So you see, that's a debate that people go through a lot too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So how do I'm gonna go deep now.
Let's do it.
How do you think about the whole quantity situation in both loot and cosplay scene, where someone's like, "Hey, I'm gonna with this set gonna have 200 photos."
Oh,
I literally saw that
okay.
the other day. I saw one to say 500. Like, what the heck does that even mean? 500 photos is the difference between like this and then this and this. Like, it's
Yeah.
like what?
So I definitely lean towards quality over quantity.
Mhm.
Like my shoots for cons are like 4 photos because like I know that those 4 photos will be really good photos. That will pretty much so like for a half-hour shoot, like there's not many like unique poses
Mhm.
that can be done in a half hour. And like
Especially
I
at a
feel
con.
that I can definitely give you a nice set of photos that will blow away like 200 of like again like this like a pose that's like changes every like 5 millimeter or inch.
Hmm.
Uh, Now I don't fault people who offer 100 photo shoots, but like obviously like that's not really like their client aren't my target clients,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Like I definitely prefer clients who understand the value of like, yes, I'm not offering you like 50 photos, but you'll get 4 very high quality photos, and honestly 4 is really all you need. You post the photos with like a nice caption, and then like you shoot the next cosplay.
The problem is, however, cosplay photos is such an art kind of thing, like many
Yeah.
photography stuff is art. So it's really hard to compare. Like, how can I say, like, the problem is that we can't say exactly this 5 photos at quality A is going to worth just the same as 20 photos at quality B and
Yeah.
50 photos at quality C, you know?
Yeah.
Like, do you do also like the lesser quality photos as well? Like,
So I try to essentially make sure all my photos are like the best that I can create within the space of like the location, the cosplay, my knowledge of the cosplay, the lighting, etc. Uh, Now obviously like there are times like pretty much mostly with friends where like a hall shot is a perfect example where it's just like snapshot done edit, like nothing fancy.
mhm.
But most of the time I do try to provide a fairly high quality product. Should I have the time to actually like take my time and do my lighting and stuff? But sometimes I uh, do like a quick shoot with a friend or like a cosplayer who I see do the haul that doesn't require a ton of editing. It's mostly like a full display of their cosplay for the day, so they have a nice photo of it.
Okay. How did you even got into cosplays in the first place?
Oh, my friend Tony.
Were you a photographer already before that? Like you're shooting other
Yeah.
stuff?
So
What were you
prior
shooting
to
before
that,
that? Yeah.
I was shooting like weddings, portraits, and graduation photos.
Mm-hmm.
Tony is my best friend, and he asked me to go on a shoot with him, which was cosplay with what was her name? Casey, Vanity Fox.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that was the first person I ever shot.
Casey's
So
awesome.
we did that shoot, and like it was great. I was like, this is cool as hell. And then I did more shoots after that. I went to my first cosplay meetup a few months later. I took some extremely bad photos, like wow. And then the rest is built from there. My first con was Otakon back when it was in Baltimore, and like the love just built from there. So I can blame my friend dragging me to a shoot in 2015 where I'm just like,
Okay.
okay, this is cool.
All right, all right. It's 25th. That's I was talking with I'm not sure if you've met her, but Handle Art.
I've heard of her. I don't think I've met her personally.
Yeah, so I was talking to her, and I think she came in the scene also around the same time you did, 2015. And then we started talking about me, who came in like over 10 years ago. So it was very different. Like 5 years ago was
Oh, I'm
already very
sure.
different. And I guess you can imagine 10 years ago or is even crazier.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, I, I I feel like we always talk about like, oh, let's leave the cosplay scene. But I feel like we never truly leave
Nah,
the
yeah,
cosplay
you never
scene.
truly leave. That's a lifelong commitment you made there.
Until they got you, you know. Once they got you, it's like freak. I mean, here's the problem though. I feel like if you're actively shooting cosplay, and this is something I say all the time, I'm not sure how real it is. I don't make the rules, but it is the rule. If you shoot cosplay actively, you don't date. If you date, you don't shoot. It's a weird curse. I don't know why it's about cosplay. Like I have,
That's interesting.
it's a very common thing. Like it's not a causation or like correlation or something because once you start dating, they leave the scene, which is not a problem for me. But if you are actively shooting cosplay, I don't I don't really see people really get to date. Like I don't know, is it
I
because
mean,
people who go into cosplays to try to date someone, or is it because it's just a hobby that is very distracting, and then once you start dating, then cosplay becomes such a weird hobby that you just cast it aside. I don't know, but
I
that
think it
is
depends on who you date. Like dating within the coscom, which by the way is a terrible idea. Just
do not.
anyway, sorry. But like dating within the coscom, I feel that there's definitely you can like still enjoy both aspects. Dating people who are not in the coscom, as we refer to them as normies. Uh, yeah, I can definitely feel the
But
like
it'll
kind
be
of like
such a
pull away from the
confusing.
community. Yeah.
It's such a confusing thing to them. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be gone for the weekend. Where? To a
Yeah,
convention.
exactly. Yeah,
To do what?
yeah,
Take
exactly.
photos of other people.
Yeah, I was in
I
the same
mean,
situation last year. It's really, it's not. Well, it's not like terrible, but it's just like you do wish that the person you're dating enjoys your same hobby.
mhm.
Uh, but like also, I don't really want to drag my girlfriend who like doesn't give like a fuck about anime to a con where like
Yeah.
she'd be like, "Who are these nerds?"
Yeah, like, and even just photography alone is already difficult, you know,
Yeah.
like
Oh
finding
yeah.
people
Oh
who
yeah. My
understand.
shoes. I didn't think about that. I'm busy. I'm busy all day at the con anyway. So what's the point of her coming? Yeah. So bad times all around. It seems.
Yeah, it's, I think, I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like it becomes such a cliche, because I, I think the inside matter more now because on the outside, most people are pretty much the same. To me, they're
Yeah.
all
True.
same amount of ugly in the face of Photoshop.
Hey man, I'm quite fond of saying that to my close friends. Close friends. I'm just like, honestly, everyone looks the same when I'm zoomed in to your
Yeah,
pores in Photoshop. So like don't
46
be
megapixel.
self-conscious. Like I'm gonna see it anyways. Like I'll
Yeah.
fix it. Like that's just the way your face looks sometimes. It's okay. You're still a pretty person or a handsome person, and I'm just gonna like do a little shoop shoop in Photoshop to make it look more anime.
Like I'm in a house with two other content creator, and
Ooh,
one of them is an animator, so he like would listen. So I was saying to him yesterday, I was like,
yeah,
man, if people don't know what we do, we must feel like psychopath to them because he would listen to the same song or doing the same part over and over and over for animating a scene.
yeah. Oh
The other
boy.
one's a streamer, and I'm like, photographer. I'll be like looking at a butt and editing it for hours. And it's like, oh, cool. Next, and then like another like 2 hours chopping a butt. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's just a
it's just
normal
like so
life.
normalized to you. It's just like
Yeah.
pretty funny.
So it's a strange life that we live. So I mean, here's the thing, right? I feel like it's about finding others who understand what we do and understand that we care more about the person for who they are than who they are on the outside. It's pretty much the same. But again, very cliche. But I think it's more cute that way. But in reality, it's really hard to practice.
Surprise in reality, as are most things involving girl heads.
Even on dating profile, I don't even tell people that I'm a photographer.
Really? I
Yeah.
do. Huh. Why not? I'm curious.
So here's the thing, right? If they know I am a photographer, like, I don't know what is the expectation, It could be a cool flex, but at the same time, would they, like, because you know how, like, on Tinder or Bumble or whatever dating app, you can attach your Instagram with it, right?
Yeah.
But all they see are a bunch of girls. Will it be like a weird thing? I mean, I do have a travel account, so I think I attach my travel accounts with it. So it's just travel photos, right?
Okay.
But
Smart.
sometimes I still don't because like those photos do look professional. So it's also
Yeah.
like make them think I'm a photographer. But I don't know. I feel like a photographer would have a weird expectation. Either they would think that we're fuckboys, or like because there's a lot of them are like that out there. Especially in LA, everyone is a
Oh yeah, I'm
photographer.
sure. Oh
Oh
boy, I'm
yeah,
100% sure.
everyone's an influencer, everyone's a photographer, everyone's a
Yeah.
model. So I don't know what is that like. And what if like same thing in the cosplay world? What if they come to me and say like, "Oh, you're a photographer? Can you take my photo?"
I mean, yeah. Like I get that a lot. Sometimes it goes well and they're polite, and like sometimes it's kind of like pushy about it. But like no one's like actually like been like
Yeah.
super pushy, but like you'll get the gist that like they like really want you to take a photo. I'm just like, I mean, I can. Here's my PayPal.
Hey, then we're just like those Tinder models, like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
good
here's
point.
my Venmo.
I hate those accounts so much on Tinder. Oh my god.
There's so many of them.
I'm sure in LA, oh boy, I can
Oh
imagine.
yeah, you should come over. You don't even have to, because now you can travel to the travel thing on Tinder with the COVID-19. It's free.
Uh, I
Yeah.
mean, so I went to California actually. So I've been to West Coast one time in my life, and I went for a date on OkCupid 5 years ago.
Did you
Back when
just
I
go?
had
Did you went all the way to
I went to
West Coast
Cal
for a
yeah,
date?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Back when I had two jobs and like a real a real 401k from a company. I don't recommend that. Um, so yeah, I got sidetracked, but sorry. But yeah,
Girl, yes.
I would definitely I don't know what I because like let's say I match with someone who I really enjoy talking to.
Okay.
Like one of us has to move
Mm-hmm.
eventually. Like I have a mortgage, so I'm not going anywhere for the next 31 years. So like, hey, California, Boston, I will not move to Boston from California. So
But California is pretty nice though, especially for what you do, what we do. I
it
think.
is, and I
I don't
like
know.
I really thought about it before I moved to the house. But ultimately, I just like didn't want to deal with like a whole new state, so new licenses, new paperwork. I gotta yeah, I had to rebuild my clientele.
That's true.
Uh, and also just like I'm not a fan of hot weather.
Mm. Okay.
I like
Okay.
the cold weather because like I wear all black and I have like lots of hoodies and black sweaters and
You
I wear them in
layers.
summertime in Boston. So I
That's
die,
true.
but logic is incongruent with my aesthetic.
You would hate Florida then.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not only is
I'm not a
hot, but
fan
the
of Florida.
humid.
It's yeah, I heard it's humid. That's why I have not been to Hallmat yet in my life because I don't
Me
want to deal
neither.
with that humidity.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was
and
gonna
also,
consider it
mhm,
this year, but at this rate, it might not even happen. So
yeah,
might not even have to
damn.
think about it.
My last
Yeah.
con of the year was gonna be KatsuCon. That's crazy.
I did.
I might go a year without conventions.
Dude, like I was supposed to go to a convention every other week this year, like on average. That was the plan. Um, and I was even doing like a special project, like a video that I wanted to do. So I was doing it for a few convention already. But now it's like, well, I can't do it for the rest of the year, so I might just scrape the whole thing.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I guess that gives you time this year to plan. Maybe find a way to do it remotely, or just
maybe I
save it
can
for next year.
finally leave cosplay.
You say that, but
But no.
you always come back.
The other day I was watching someone stream, right? And then I said hi or something. It's like, oh yeah, it's like because they were doing singing. I said, oh yeah, no, nice voice or like nice songs. I forgot what they were playing, but they were playing some songs, and I love listening to covers. So I gave a compliment or something, and they saw my name, say, oh, Martin Wong photo. Oh yeah, I know you. You're a cosplay photographer. I'm like,
Oof.
ah,
Ouch.
like it's such a double-edged sword, you know?
Yeah. It depends on like who is saying it. To someone who like
Uh-huh.
likes cosplay and anime, like that's like amazing. And then to someone who like doesn't, they're just like, "That's a fucking nerd."
Yeah, and then they don't assume that you would shoot anything other than cosplay.
Yes, exactly. I'm just like I shoot other things besides cosplay. I have a whole other account. That's
Like
my
that's
job.
so many times I would message someone to ask them, hey, would you love to collab and shoot sometimes? And they're like, oh yeah, I have this one cosplay. Like, no, like your whole account is modeling stuff. Why would you
Yeah,
bring up cosplay? Like that's the whole reason I'm talking to you in the first place, so I can shoot
yeah.
not cosplay.
Maybe you should post less cosplay, but also like I
My
like
main
shooting
account
cosplay.
is already all portraits, like
It
on my
is.
Instagram now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw.
It took me so long to rebrand it. Like if you know me like in the last 2 years from my Instagram, you would think that I'm only a portrait photographer, which is like,
It's
okay,
good.
thank God. Um, to the point that some people has told me once, they were like, oh yeah, I also want to try cosplay. Do you know what cosplay is? I'm like, ah, yes, I've done it. Like I have done the rebranding
Cosplay.
correctly.
I don't know what cosplay is.
Nope, no idea. Never heard of it.
No
But
idea. Never heard of
no,
it. Sounds
yeah.
fun, but never heard of it.
Is that some kinds of I don't know, some kind of a sex thing? Is that like a
Oh, I've
fetish?
gotten that before. It's so bad. I hate that. I'm just like, no, it's not roleplay, you heathen. I've gotten that so many times by like older people.
Mm. Like it's already better now in the last 5 years. Imagine when I first started, like over 10 years
Oh
ago.
boy. Back when it was more like
Man,
taboo.
it's such a weird thing. They think that I'm like a weird freak. Like I would
Yeah.
like get in a taxi or something, or like going from airport to somewhere, or like because Uber didn't exist back then. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm here to take photos. What kind? Cosplay? Like I instantly have to like, I don't think they'll know. Okay. So cosplay. So you know Comic-Con, right? You know Comic-Con, and then I have to explain, and they're like, okay, they know Comic-Con. Okay, we're good. So yeah, I know people dress up in Spider-Man. Yeah, I take photos of those. Like that's the best way I can explain it to them. Like
I just lie. I'm shooting portraits. All right, cool. Yeah, and that's it. End the convo.
end of conversation.
Jesus Christ.
Like if you meet someone new this day, do you tell what do you describe yourself as?
Depends on who I'm describing myself to. Those are very different things.
Like I did get email before from people who asked me for weddings, and then I'm like, oh, you definitely do not know anything about cosplay, do you? Because they don't ask me anything about it, and they were confused, and they don't even know what the word cosplay is. I'm like, thank God. Like, because if I ask, like, hey, do you know what? Are you like one of the people in the cosplay scene? They're like, what is that? Nope, nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't pretend I didn't say anything.
Don't worry about it. Forget you heard that.
I did get a request like last year for a wedding that's supposed to be this year or next year, which is kind of strange. Actually, no, it wasn't a request for a wedding. They messaged me for my agency. They wanted to hire someone for the wedding. Have you heard of this game called Doki Doki? Whatever. It's like a dating simulator game.
Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, that one. Have you heard of that one?
I've heard of it. I've never played it before. I have no idea what it's about, but I see some really peculiar stuff about it.
Yeah. So one of the main characters, I think it's called Monica, she would kill other characters in the game. Sorry, spoiler alert. So that she's kind of like
I'll
to
never
be
play it.
yonder. So she'll be like only you can only have her and no one else kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And someone wanted to hire me to hire a cosplayer to dress up as that at their wedding. I'm like, I don't know. Like, is this normal? Like, are you really having a wedding? Like, is your fiance okay?
What's your role in the wedding?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I'm like, what? Like,
that's so weird.
It's a little bit strange, like but because it's not common. Like, maybe it's something that they really want to do. I don't know. I don't know if it was a troll or not. That's the thing. But the way they email and the way they describe everything, it's like that's too much effort to be a troll. It's not a troll, but they also have the wedding like 2 years ahead planning. So like I can't even get that for you. Like this is way too early for me to decide for you.
How much are they paying you?
I haven't even got to that part. I haven't even quote them. Because like, what if that's gonna be a safety issue? I don't know. I'm not shaming someone for it. It's just that I don't know if that is a common thing. So, but cosplay has been more common now. So hopefully it's mixing into normal stuff. But to weddings, that's a little bit
it really
interesting.
Is. But for weddings, I haven't shot a cosplay wedding yet. Even though I kind of want to shoot one just for like the hell of it, maybe one day.
But would it be cosplay wedding, or is it a people who cosplay, where they buy a little cosplay from Amazon?
I would want it to be like a cosplayer wedding, but also
I did one.
Yeah,
I did one where I didn't shoot it, I actually attended it. Everyone in the crowd were either cosplayer or related scene. So, and then we all have to dress up as pirates, including myself. So you can of course see some people are really good, and some people are just like me who bought a costume from Spirit Halloween.
I love that. Such a fun wedding.
It was fun. It was Lindsay Elite's wedding.
Nice.
Yeah, and Jess was there too. So Nigri, of course, like looked amazing as a pirate.
Yeah, of course.
To the 10. And now I'm like, okay, I can never top that.
Right.
So no, but they're fun. But man, I'm just imagining what if say full on cosplay, like to the top, like A-level cosplay wedding.
Wild. Like one series, all like well done cosplays. Oof.
Ooh.
That'd be great.
But we
I'm sure
hate.
that
At
can
least
happen eventually.
I hate shooting group cosplay though. Do you?
Like,
Do you?
I do shoot it. Like, well, I don't hate it. I just like don't like that people don't understand the amount of work that goes into it. Like my rate for groups, like, or I'm sorry, no, rephrase. Uh, the additional cost for my shoots, as you add more people, gets like
Mm,
exponentially higher. To
mm,
like so
makes
that
sense.
and I've done that because I think it was a Katsucon a couple years ago. I think it was like one of my first Katsucons. I shot a group of 12 people. I am never doing that again.
I already hear the
Ever.
regret in your voice. Like you said,
Yeah.
12. Like nope.
Like Katsucon, it was 7 p.m. It was dark. So actually at 1.8 with the group of 12 people.
12 people. They better
was-
line up like exactly like a wall.
So yes, like nowadays, that would be my course of action. Back then, I'm just like, oh, 1.8 stagger. Stupid. Stupid. But yeah, that's why I don't shoot groups. Well, that's why I charge so much for groups. Like I'll shoot it, but I'm charging you for the extra work, the extra like time,
And
and
editing
like
each
just like
person.
and editing. Yeah.
Like I was shooting with even like a couple, you know, like a pair, and I realized because I was charging them like, oh, they can share the cost of me editing, but then I'm like,
Yeah.
Then I realized, no, I put in so much time editing each person. It's not really.
Yeah, same. It's not
Half,
practical
you know.
to edit a large group of people. Like
It's not like
like,
I'm editing
very,
one person's
very
face and
highly.
another person's like leg, you know. Like it's not like I can just do half of the work. I'm actually
Nope, it's
doing
full
double
body
the
for
work.
every single person. Yep, double
Yeah.
or
And
triple or
like also with my style of photography, and you might be the same for you too. It's kind of like a quality thing. For each additional person, I feel like I need an additional light, you know,
Yes,
especially
exactly.
especially if I when I used to shoot with all external lighting, like remote flash and everything.
I remember those days.
Oh man, it's funny because I went backwards. Most people start out with natural light, and then they learn how to use studio light and flash and remote trigger and everything. I went straight in. Like I started
same,
like many years ago, and it was so expensive. I was using Pocket Wizard.
Oh yeah, damn.
That was the
Pocket
only thing
Wizards.
available back then. We're talking about 10 years
Right,
ago.
yeah, those are so freaking expensive.
So expensive. But like when I first came into cosplay, I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go ham, like like go ham. So each one of those transceiver was $200.
Yep.
And then there's no like third party flash either. So I'm buying Nikon flash, the SB900s. Each one of them was like $500 or $600.
500.
So just one of this is already $800 minimum. And I wanted at least 2 lights. So that's 1600s plus the camera plus another transceiver on the camera. That's
crazy.
It's a lot.
Like these days, like my flashes, like $80 for a speed light.
Oh yeah.
I have an 8200, like like 289. So much more cheaper than back then when I was like.
And if I drop it, like speed lights, it's fine.
Yeah,
if I drop, I don't care.
Like, it can stay there. I'll buy the bullet.
Exactly. Yeah. If it doesn't work, all right, just another pile of like another one. You can buy like 5 flash at least for the price of 1.
I remember one Katsu, I bought Pro Photo B1s. That was wild. Like my heart was just like in a constant state of like, if this falls, I'm gonna lose $3,000.
That's yeah, and they will trip over it. The cosplayer do not know the difference.
Over it, and then there goes like a car's worth of lights just tumbling to the ground.
And they
then,
can't. And even if they say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'll buy one. I'll buy it back." Like you don't understand.
No, you can't.
You won't.
You really won't. It's fine.
Speaking of like the money thing, like there's sometimes that models would say like, oh, if you ask them to shoot, they would say like, oh, can I bring someone with me? Obviously, they mean for safety, you know.
Yeah, of course.
They don't say that. I'm like, yeah, sure, but I always want to ask them too. It's like, can I bring a person too? Because like like every time I walk around with my backpack, right? I have my camera, I have my laptop, I have flash, I have my lens. I'm carrying like $6,000 at least minimum on my back. That's only if I'm not even bring my full set, and that's not considering my flash and everything else. So I'm like, you could just rob me. Like, what if
These people can rob me for my entire livelihood.
Yeah, what if they bring an extra person just to rob me? I'm like, can I also bring another person? Like, you don't have to talk to them.
I never thought about that. Damn it! Like, I bring someone when I shoot boudoir, just for, like, again, like, safety reasons. I want the model to bring someone, and then, like, I'll bring someone. But I never thought of, like, getting robbed. That's crazy. Oh no!
Right? Like, it's because, like, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna set up, and it's like, you meet up with them at, like, a hotel. It's like, whatever, cool. And then next thing you know, they're like, or motel or something, and they're like, take out a gun or a knife. Like, give me all your gear. It's like, fuck.
Oh.
I feel like I'm just giving criminals ideas now.
Yeah, don't do any of this, guys. We're just theorizing.
If you have to, go on Model Mayhem, get those photographers. That's fine.
Oh god, Model Mayhem photographers, don't get me started. Oof. Oof.
Oh, like, man, I went through a Model Mayhem days too. I'm like, man, those things are so whack.
Yeah, they're it's like a very, like, old school site with like the 50-year-old photographers that shoot really bad nudes. This is
really bad.
Weird. It's a weird site. I was like, honey, don't do that again. Not with this guy, please. And
they all have, like, really weird comments on them whenever they
post the comments. I'm just like, this is 2020. You can't say that stuff anymore on the internet because you're being a creep.
It's so strange too, and not even like Model Mayhem or DeviantArt, but like nowadays with Facebook and Instagram, people like have picture of them with their wives and kids, and they leave really creepy comments.
Yeah, I was like, bro, your wife is in the photo. Why are you making this comment? I get that so much on, like, my post with girls. Like, some, like, weird guy would just, like, say some wild shit. I'm just like, bro.
Dude, people slide into your DM. Did you get those before?
Once before. It's like some random guy from India on my page DMs who, like, wanted to.
I still get it a lot. I got even more when I was shooting cosplay. But I get that all the time.
I don't understand how, like your name is Martin Wong. Like, do you think this girl's name is Martin Wong? Do you see the Instagram profile photo?
And then even if you think I am a girl, fine, we'll go with that. But all my photos is not pictures of me or picture of different people.
It's different people.
They're all different. And I'm like, how?
They don't use their brains because their brains are somewhere else.
Like, I this one guy who messaged me on my Facebook, and then he's like, I want to have sex with you. I'm like, okay, I'll entertain you. How does that work logistically? Like, I want to know because, like, where are you? I think he's like from Middle East or something, but I'm like, oh, okay. How does that work? Like, are you flying to me or am I flying to you? Like, who's paying for the flight? Like, I really want to know
who's paying for the flight.
But he never explained it. Like, he never, like, go through the whole thing. They then, like, ask me to send them photos. Like, no. Go back to the part where you want to have sex. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Can we go to that? How is that gonna work? They never tell me.
Because they didn't think that far, probably.
And then at the end, I asked them, like, which is your favorite photo of me? And then they post one of my photos to me. It's like, Madeline, good choice.
I love it so much.
I always say that it sounds like I am a French waiter at a French restaurant when someone say pick out a wine. That's whatever from the wine is. And I just have to say, good choice. That's it. That's what you do at any restaurant. Someone pick out a wine, just say good choice. It make them feel good. You don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. Like, they said number 5. I don't know. Just go up there and get that bottle.
Yeah, like good choice.
Yeah. Oh man. So, but yeah,
the world of having an online presence, truly amazing.
It's strange, and if for anyone who's watching, don't be a photographer. It's not that glorious.
Yeah, I don't recommend this course of action at all. I mean, you can, but you're a masochist since we like warranty. Yeah. But live your life.
And especially if you love photography for the art aspects of it, you'll never be happy. Just FYI.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. If you like photography, don't do it for a living. Let's put it that way, because that will suck away your life. You're really quickly.
I remember
And
when I
like,
had a desk job, because you're saying earlier, right? When you're working 2 jobs or whatever. I remember when I have a
yeah,
desk job, I was thinking more about how to be creative, to get away from my
yeah,
desk job.
same.
But
Yeah,
now I'm doing it
exactly.
for a living. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to pick up a camera for like this. It's weird.
Yeah. And like, the problem is that like you're shooting for someone else, not yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
the only way I really found to counteract that is to make sure that you do as much stuff that you want to shoot,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that you shoot for your clients. So like personal projects, self-portraits, just make sure like you're shooting stuff that you want to shoot, or you will burn out very quickly, which I'm sure we've all done many times as photographers.
It's about
We're
learning
just
how to
like, I'm
separate the
done for a
two.
week bucket. Yeah, exactly.
And people always ask me to like shooting for this big influencer or cosplayer, what's it like? It's like work is work, like I like to shoot what I shoot, they like whatever, and since they're the one who paying me, I'm like, yeah, you can, if you want a certain way, sure, I'll create a product for you because that's what you asked for, and so I get paid. That's a job.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
the job.
The weird part is that, and I talk about this with another person on this show before. Her name is O Nips. She's like an artist. She draw amazing stuff. But one thing that most people don't realize is that shooting for influencers and cosplayers is a little bit different than shooting
Yeah.
models.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, especially when we shoot with First of all, models look so weird in real life, and I
Yeah.
don't think people realize that they
Yeah,
don't
they
like.
really, really don't.
They look like aliens.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
I
super tall, lanky people with that like
Mhm.
deadpan expressions that
Yep.
walk very straight. Yeah,
Very lengthy. Yeah.
it's really weird. Fast photography is just a really weird
I
field in
used to live in
general.
downtown LA. I lived
Ooh,
in a
nice.
loft right in the heart of downtown LA. And the whole building is full of artists, photographers, models, like all those
Ooh,
type of
that
people.
sounds like a dream, actually.
Oh, it was actually amazing. So we always have people coming in and out that, you can really tell they either belong here or they don't. You have the, as I said, the models people who look
Mm.
really strange, like very pale skin, some of them, and the eyes look like just like dead. And then they're also just like, it's really strange. The way they walk is different. They have really long
Yeah.
arms and legs. And then you also have the artist people who looks like they're homeless guys. You have some
Have
really
that artist aesthetic.
yeah, you have some of those. You have some very stylized one, and you have some that really obviously have a Leica camera who doesn't use it for photos, but use it as part of their fashion.
Use as a prop. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like most people that have a Leica camera, they don't really take more picture of the Leica than use the Leica to take photos.
Yeah. I mean, I would too if I spent $8,000 on a camera that a 2K camera can do. So yeah, I would absolutely flex that because I spent money on it like a dumbass.
Every time I go to a Leica store, because in Hong Kong or in airports there's some, I always walk around and looking at them, and then I look at the price tag, and of course I'm not gonna buy one because they're like 8 grand, 10 grand.
Yeah.
But I still have to walk around for like a little bit to like pretend like, let me pretend that I'm considering.
Yeah. So you don't look broke.
So they don't exactly. So they don't know I'm broke as fuck.
Yeah, same. Same thing with the store in Boston. Like walking in, like it's just like you feel like luxury. Like they like treat you that way, and then it's like, yeah, say look at this. I'm just like, I can't afford any of this. So I'm gonna just pretend that like I'm browsing. And then like the like, I'll like check back later lie I always do so that they'll look like I broke. Yeah, those cameras are so incredibly
Pretending to look at
expensive.
something is like, I already got the black one.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the blue one? Did it come in yet? No? Okay, I guess I'll wait.
Saying lies to yourself. Guess I'll wait, no problem.
Yeah, I know. I'll pick it up later. I don't know.
You can order it. Nah, that's okay, it's okay.
Oh, I got a fun side story for you to share.
Yeah, what's up?
When I was back in college, I was of course broke as fuck, and then I decided to buy a laptop from a very shady place. Don't worry, I didn't get scammed. At the end, I didn't get scammed at all. But
Sweet.
they only take money order, right? So I have to like go to the bank to get a money order and send it in. It was strange. I should have not done it. Now looking back, that was
That's
such
so
a
sus.
such a shady thing to do, and I like, man, I could have got scammed. But So I think the laptop was like $2,000 or something. It was a lot of money for me as a college kid.
Yeah,
Maybe
of
something, maybe
course.
less than $2,000. But let's say it was $2,000, for example. I don't remember. But I don't know. Again, I was a kid. I don't know enough. I don't know how much money I can like withdraw from the bank at once, right? Because I don't know if there's a limit for getting a credit using your ATM card or whatever. Again, I'm young. I didn't know much, so I called the bank and I was like, how much money I can like withdraw at once, at your bank, at your branch? And they're like, well, if you coming in tomorrow, right? Yeah. Well, tomorrow, I'm not sure how much reserve we have. Maybe $2 million. I think that's our best that we can do or something. And I'm like, I'm like, what? Because we're talking about how much reserve cash that they have or something. I'm like, in my head, like, I don't need $2 million. I'm like, okay. And I start to pretend that I care. So like, I might reconsider, but if the day after, like, what would I do? Oh, they were like, oh yeah, if you call in earlier, we can try to, get more reserve in. It's like, okay,
how much money do you, what?
I only need $2,000. I don't need like $2 million.
$2 million?
Because I didn't know I was a kid. I was like, yeah, because I was just trying to ask like how much I can withdraw from the ATM at once. That was actually my original question, but I guess I didn't ask it right. They're just telling me, they told me exactly how much reserve they have at that college bank. It's like, cool.
How are you gonna carry $2 million? Like,
I don't know.
A duffel bag, like some movie villain? What?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I will never need gonna withdraw $2 million. So I'm like, cool. But I still have to pretend like, yep, that was my intention. Yeah, I wanted to grab a few $1 million from this bank.
Maintain the facade. Fake it till you make it.
And they're like,
Christ.
yeah, I'll think about it. Then I hang up.
I'll think about it. Holy crap.
Yeah, but yeah, fake it till you make it is a very much thing that we do.
Oh, 100% as photographers. 100%.
I see, as I say this many times, I don't think that I did it, but I like to think that I did do it. I brought in the gel light in the cosplay scene.
Did you? Wait.
Because like before me, I feel like there's not that many photographers actually even use external flash at all. Like seriously, when I first came in, most of them was using either traditional film camera or even point and shoot. Not even DSLR. There's so little people that use DSLR. And then I bought a DSLR. I shot, and of course I said earlier, got my pocket wizard, got all the flash, and then I decided to figure out how to do gel because color makes sense. I always love colors. And then I started doing it. And then I feel like that style really left and like an impression, like it's new, so people liked it. Then I see a lot of people start doing it, but they're doing it very, I wouldn't say wrong, but they did it in a way that I feel like not flattering.
Not at all. Like I feel that like gels were like everywhere, like in like 2018, 2019, like everyone was like had this gel craze. I did like people like specifically knew me for the gels, and now like I don't really see them much amongst like the
I don't do it anymore because when I saw, I think I brought in the gel around 2009, like that long ago. So and then the only fun thing is that like there are people who, if they around that time, because I was the only few people who started it, it's kind of, I'm sure it's really annoying for them. So I'm sorry if those photographers have to experience this. But they were saying if they ever use gel, people would say, oh yeah, those look like Martin Wong's photos. And they would fucking hate it. I'm not sure they hate it, but I would. So I feel bad if they have to experience that.
Earned, then it is what it is.
But what do you think the next stage is like? Is there a way for us to improve what cosplay is? Because we look at a lot of photos from Russia or Europe. I feel like they have such an interesting style.
Interesting, bro. Their photos are wild. I'm just like, how? It's actually kind of insane. Like this, like the almost like it's like almost surreal how ridiculously refined Russian cosplay photos are. Like I don't understand how.
Why? So I think so. Here's my guess of how that works. I think it has to do with location.
Yes,
And I
absolutely.
talked with some Russian cosplayer too. It's kind of like a Chinese similar situation where they are like, if they know someone, so they can get location shot that normal
Yeah,
people could not access, like
beautiful
churches or
landscapes.
yeah, that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, I feel like they're allowed to shop people to the max. Like I have
True.
seen Russian cosplayer in real life versus how they are in photos, and they're completely different people. Like
Interesting.
I
So
have seen them
same
standing
thing.
in front of their banner. I'm like, that is that. I'm like, those are two completely different
Dude,
people.
that is that. Oh dear.
But like, I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, yeah, of
I,
course.
I
Yeah,
think it's
same here.
okay. But it's not. It's a cultural difference. In
Yeah,
American
100%
culture,
cultural
that is not
difference.
acceptable. Um, I think it's also to do with the individualism versus a homogeneous culture kind of thing.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
so it's very very different. And someone in chat was saying that's like in Russia, government backup cosplay photography.
What?
That's so weird. I don't know. I don't know if
Cool.
that's a thing, but maybe Putin loved those anime girls.
I wouldn't be surprised. Guy's an enigma.
Dude, that guy seems interesting. Yeah. But yeah, so no, Russia. So here's the thing I realized too, at least from my understanding, my guess. In my Discord, I have a lot of photographers from all around the world. A lot of them are
Yes.
from Europe. Because they haven't fully industrialized cosplay the way that America did, since people
Mm,
cannot really make money, I think that's the reason why they still have such a strong cosplay photography scene. Because
interesting.
so it makes sense for me because like as a cosplayer, you make money
Yes.
to sell. Like you're all right. You as a cosplayer, you want to do this for a living, for professionally. You want to do a
Hmm.
business. You want to crank out as much photo as possible and get
Absolutely.
people to like them and get people to buy them, and also make it very streamlined. So
Yes.
they can convince people to like, hey, this is what you need. You don't need anything more than that. Great. But in the non-industrialized cosplay industry, like Europe or Russia yet, then if there's no money involved, then they're gonna start judging photos based on so-called quality. What's have more
Yeah.
wow factors. So that's why I
Hmm.
feel like that's why they still have it.
Interesting. Because yeah, we've definitely kind of like industrialized, not industrialized, but like once money enters a situation, it becomes very like now you're offering a product, so now like there's a certain expectation, and it kind of I don't want to say it takes the fun out of it, but it does definitely decrease like the fun aspect of it. Like I
It took
feel
out the
that,
creativity. I think
yeah,
it
I
become
feel
a
that,
mode.
yeah, like when you're shooting a cosplay that like you really enjoy, like you want to shoot, uh, that's not like a convention hallway or a wall. Like you put your all into that shoot, and I feel it does kind of show with most photographers, myself included.
Hmm.
Uh,
I mean, that's why I love your work. Whenever I see
yeah,
your work, it's like, dude, this guy knows what he's doing.
thank
Even when
you.
I
I
first saw you
try.
came in, I was like, yeah, that guy's Fox. Like he knows.
That guy bugs. I try.
So yeah, I mean, I wish, and that's a weird thing. Because if we never industrialize cosplay the way we did in America, it will never get to how popular it is. Because I like how popular it
True.
is.
Yeah, it
I
is
like
double-edged
how
sword.
normies, if I say cosplay now, 80% of people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
10 years ago, if I say cosplay, I instantly explain what cosplay is because I know they have no idea what is cosplay. So, but the negative side that comes of it when it comes to cosplay photography is that it's hard to go back to that creativity, and that's like most thing that has mass produced, like coffee or like all kinds of stuff. You have all this, you can buy coffee frappuccino and like from a mix or that kind of stuff. It changed how things are. So I'm trying to figure out what is our plan and what is the next step if I want cosplay photography matter more, especially the quality aspect.
100%. Like, there's a lot of cosplay photographers right now, which is
Hmm.
great because that means that like everyone can like get photos, and like I'm not swamped with like 40 shoots anymore like I was back in 2016.
Hmm.
Uh, but I do feel that with alright, I'm gonna choose my words very carefully. I do feel that with the amount of photographers in the coscom right now, the expectation and like just like the what do I want to say, like the overall quality of work that the cosplayers expect have taken quite a dip.
Mm-hmm.
In
It's
that,
ironic, right? Because it's supposed to
yeah,
progressively get better, but
yeah,
it
it
went the
should
other
get
way.
better. It's like it's really strange. It's like it's the same thing I feel with like wedding photography, but also like there's a very clear line between like uh okay stuff for weddings for our weddings and like top tier wedding like photos, like really
Mm-hmm.
well shot, well lit, well edited, well posed, like they are like obviously top tier.
Mm-hmm.
But with cosplay, like I feel that like that doesn't exist. Like yeah, like they acknowledge that uh like this guy is good, but the perceived value of that work to you like is kind of lacking. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's gotten like a lot more prevalent in the last year, but like there's definitely that air of this guy is good, but yeah. Anyways, so this guy is $30. It's just like that's the that's my thoughts on the whole like I guess overall photography cosplay photography scene is that as people get better, they should definitely be charging more, but they don't, which means that the general expectation for photos is fairly low, which like kind of like brings down the entire quality level across the board.
We talk. There's just a problem in the whole cosplay industry in both cosplayer and photographer. And man, I love ranting to you about this because I know your photos, you know qualities, and
Yeah,
the problem
we've
is
had
that
many talks about this.
oh man, like we should like I want to start drinking now. Just talk about this because like man, like the problem is that we can't really compare, and that become a problem. We cannot have even a positive competition. So I mentioned this many times in other brands. Let's say, computer wise, let's say keyboard, Razer versus Corsair. They can Razer say, "Oh, we make better." Sorry, Alexa. Razer could be like, "I make better keyboard than Corsair," and Corsair says, "No, we make better ones." But in the cosplay scene, it's such an individual thing. We can't say that like, "Oh, I'm a better cosplayer than the other person," or photographer
Yeah,
can go like, "I'm a better photographer than other person," which is really weird because you were thinking the more business it should be more good with good
yeah,
competition, but we can't. But we can do that with other art stuff like film.
yeah, exactly.
For film, we can like, oh, that movie is shit. People say that all the time, but you can't say something if. And this is like kind of a very unpopular opinion of mine, and I have never said this on Twitter because I could not use it 140 characters or 220 or whatever it is
Hey,
to
hot
explain
take
this
time.
well enough. There's a hot take,
Let's go.
uh, is for cosplayer, if you're doing it as a business, if you're selling a product, you should able to receive criticism.
Of course.
Like if Apple come with an iPhone that is not good enough, people don't get mad when someone say this version of iPhone sucks. But if a cosplayer, let's say they pursue 10 set of photos and one of the sets like, yeah, that set wasn't that great, people get really mad. They're like,
Yeah.
how dare
Oh
you?
yeah.
Who asked you? I'm
That's
like,
taboo.
but you're selling a product, like how
Yeah.
like I should able to say one product is better than other if I'm spending money on it.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but again, we're not allowed because like I feel like cosplay because such a young industry and also not just the industry itself, the people in it are young, so they're not able to they're barely able to process them being a cosplayer themselves and understanding the popularity contest kind of thing.
Yeah.
Especially most likely we
Popularity
missed out in
contest is
college.
probably the root of that, the whole
Yeah.
popularity contest.
And it's ironic because most people at conventions are people who were not popular in high school. We're the,
Oh yeah, I
we're the-
was not popular in high
Yeah.
school. I was a fucking nerd.
I was talking to this with someone the other day, and we saw someone at a conventions that was trying to play the card, the victim card. Like, oh, I got bullied back in high school. I'm at the con, and I was like, dude, we all did. That's why we're here.
Hey, you want to go to the club?
You can't put that card here, So So yeah, so and then now they got some popularity in cosplay, then they start being the bully. So that's just kind of backward.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. They are enjoying essentially what they didn't have growing up, which honestly, like I feel is fine, but like uh as you said, once money gets involved, like you should be able to accept that constructive feedback and criticism. Like myself, for example, like I really don't like how if I take a shit photo, no one will tell me it's a shit photo. Well, Dave will, but that's Dave. But most people will not tell me
Yes,
that it's a
correct.
crappy photo. Which like I guess is like fine for like feeling good about yourself, but like that's not going to make me money. Like that's not going to tell me
Kind of
what I
improve.
should work on. Yeah, improve.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
why in my Discord, I have a channel that's specific for critique. And I told people it's like, hey, like I want to be what I wanted from someone else, which is
yeah,
like if you do add me, like you say add sign, so you mention me and to come in to critique your photo, I would do it, but I would not hold back.
yeah, exactly.
There's no points, because I want the older I get, the more I realize I want someone to help me the way that I wish I could have helped someone, or well, the other way around. But so
Yeah, I get
because
that.
that help you grow so much faster. That there's so much I realized I didn't know. The more you know, the more you don't know. Like I was introduced to like more about color theory the other day, not the other day, like the last few years. Also about lenses and how like all kind of stuff, lighting. Oh my god, learning pinpoint lighting and all the stuff. There's still so much I don't know and don't understand.
I agree.
But with the Instagram day, it's very different. We are creating a we're at a fast food culture when it comes to entertainment for what we do. So I mean, same for dating, right? It's like fast food culture, which is like swipe, swipe, swipe.
Oh boy, dating. That word.
I haven't experienced that in a while.
Yeah, ooh, what's that feel like?
Weren't you dating someone recently?
I don't know what you're talking about, Martin. You must be imagining another photographer. It's okay. I
It
forgive
was
you.
it was cute for a while. You also did all the cute photos, and now it's nothing. Now,
I have no idea what
no
you're
idea.
talking about. Nope. Crazy, man. These like parallel universes and realities just kind of like confuse the human mind. But it's okay. It's okay.
I'm telling you, quick cosplay photography. That's the only way, or at least find someone, then instantly quit. That as soon as you got someone, instantly quit. That's what Dave kind of did.
That day was so lucky. So
Yeah.
lucky. Oh man, that's such a good relationship. And Dave has like Dave and his girlfriend have both watched me go through like multiple relationships, and it's like SMH. But
Oh
it's
yeah.
fine, you know. I'm still young. I have time. In theory, we'll see.
Yep. Hopefully.
Dating is always fun to talk about in theory, but then like actually doing it is just like, oh my god, this is such a pain.
It is like the beginning process too. The
Yeah,
whole
it's the
pretending.
process that I don't like. Like
Man.
the reason why I have like relative success with like doing this full time, the fashion like portrait stuff, is because when I want something or like I want to do something, I just do it.
Hmm.
Uh that doesn't always work with dating. Like
Yeah, you
there's
can't
like a
just do it.
process. Like like it takes me like an hour of talking to someone to like decide like if I want like something with them or not. But like it's just
Hmm.
like also like weeks of just like small talk here. Hey, want to grab lunch? I'm just like, oh my god,
Here
can
we
we
go
just get to
again.
the point? Yeah, here we go again. Uh, but also, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that my dating life is interesting to the people who follow my Instagram stories.
Sometimes.
Who,
Sometimes I deciding it's like maybe I should just give up. Maybe I should just just like use my dating profile for just advertising photography. If anything, make it more of a business thing.
Like I've thought about that. And this is gonna sound like kind of bad, but whatever.
Forget it.
So like multiple times, like I've been like, honestly, I'm done with dating. It's whatever. It's fine. Like I am successful. I have my house, my car, my career. Like I'm just gonna like do me, be me. And then
Mhm.
I see a happy couple, and I'm just like, you know what? Why
How
the
dare
fuck
you?
can I have that?
Yeah, how dare
Dare
you?
you be happy in front of me? And then the cycle repeats. So,
I see. Yeah. What I hate is that is when people who are in happy relationship and then they're like, you don't have to date to be happy. I'm like, shut up. You can't say that. Like you're in a happy
hey,
relationship, and for someone who is actually actively trying to seek one, that's just kind of like rubbing salt
yeah,
on someone. Like it's like you eating food and someone's hungry, and it's like food is okay. You don't really need it.
yeah. Oh, I hate
And
those types of people. The ones who like offer advice. I'm just like, you have a girlfriend slash boyfriend. Like you don't know what I
yeah.
feel right now.
Especially those people. Like I was playing video games with Stella and Vicky Bunny Angel like on Friday, and she
Hmm.
brought up a good point. She's like she doesn't know what dating like nowadays. It's so different because she used dated like maybe like 10 years ago or something. It's like
Oh,
now it's
must be
just
nice.
must be nice, right?
It's dating now is garbage fire.
It's a mess, you know.
Yeah.
And then you start reflecting on yourself too. It's like maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know.
Say, oh yeah, I've been there before. And I'm just like, nah,
Nah, it's not me.
nah.
It can't be.
Uh,
Oh
God,
man.
I love it. I don't love it at all, but here we are again doing it. So maybe I
It's
do want.
worse. I'm in LA. We have all this influencer culture.
I would think that LA would be better, surprisingly.
Yes and no, because you also get a lot of letter climber.
Oh right, I heard about that.
So then you have all these people that both guys and girls like they would talk to someone and then trying to figure out if they're important or not. And as
Oh,
soon as they
that's
realize you're not important, they're just don't like suddenly like not talk to you at all. It's like what?
ew, that's a
Or if they think that you
toxic
are
culture.
someone that can get somewhere for them, they just keep talking to you. I'm like, you don't really care about who I am, huh?
Oof, I've been there before in the Costcom, quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, the cosplay world has that as well too. Like, have you done that thing where you start counting how many lines they say until they ask, "So, you want to get some photos?"
Yep, happens every single time. It's like,
So, what do you like more between the two? Would you
yeah.
rather someone's no do the chit chat to like at least sugar it a little bit first, to get you to take photos of them, or do you want someone to just get straight to the point without the whole unnecessary, prep?
Uh,
I don't know. I feel like I'm flip flopping between the two. One's like, hey, at least wine and
hmm,
dime me. Give me some like, don't be an asshole. Pretend you care a little bit.
like,
Or I'd
that's a
be
good
like, no,
point.
don't pretend. Don't waste our time. You want photos? Let's get to it. Let's make the decision now.
I would say that's tough.
Right?
Like, a part of me is just like, let me just get to the point of saying no, so I don't waste my time. But
And
then
don't waste
another
their
part,
time.
yeah, and then waste both our times. Then another part is just like, oh
It'd
no,
be
this
nice,
is tough.
right? It'd be nice if you at least pretend you care.
Yeah, like butter me up a bit.
Right?
Stoke my ego before you try to bump photos off of me.
Wine and dime me before you fuck me over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
hard.
I would say I prefer like the getting to the point part. Now, that said, sometimes like I'll be like, okay, fine, like check watch, like okay, like I'm free at 1:40 p.m. or some shit. And then like I'll be like, I'll grab some shots of you, just whatever.
Hmm.
But there are people who like very obviously like just want to like bum clout off of you. Uh,
That's yeah.
that's happened to me a lot. So like I'm sure like with like your following is probably a lot worse.
I have photographers told me before that the cosplayer got mad because they didn't post a photo. Like, let's say someone hire
Oh.
you. Yeah, like let's say someone hire you for the photos. You give them photo back, so you did your job, and then they get mad because you didn't post the photos on your account.
I'm just like, you paid for the photos.
Yeah, like this is not part of
Like,
the deal.
yeah, this is not part of our agreement. Like, I post, first of all, what I feel like fucking posting.
Yeah.
And like, I post like what I happen to have around, or like a photo I really like or a highlight, and I post it. Like, it's
Mhm.
nothing personal. Like, I don't dislike your cosplay. I just posted something else.
Your account is also mainly just fashion now, right?
So I have two accounts. I've gone back and
Smart.
forth so many times with
The problem is
the
that the
merch account, the
cosplay
two
photos
accounts.
do really well though.
They do. Like, my cosplay photos do well. Okay, so like, here's my conundrum. My cosplay photos do like so well because that's what I'm known for. My non-cosplay stuff doesn't do so well, but it pays all of my bills.
Hmm.
And those clients who are like companies, like fashion brands, they don't really care for the cosplay stuff. Like, they want to see like the stuff that they would pay me to do.
It would
Hence why I
confuse them
split them.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one gets me lots of reach, one pays the bills. I like, I just split them versus like merging between the two. It was just like really confusing.
It's weird because I actually don't have a client base. Not a lot. There's a few, but when it comes to my fashion stuff or portrait stuff or products, I want to get more of those. But I feel like in the West Coast is a bit difficult. It's a little bit tricky.
For cosplay or models?
No. For non-cosplay stuff. Oh, cosplay is hard
Oh,
too. I mean, actually no, I don't know, because in the West Coast we don't have a charge culture, right? It's a very East Coast thing that only brought over
oh,
maybe a few years ago.
really?
Yeah,
That would
and
explain a lot.
yeah, and before Patreon and everything, that doesn't exist at all too. Nobody pay for
Yeah.
photos.
Y'all go to the
Nobody,
cons and you spend money? Like, you don't leave a con with like quadruple what you spent there to
right?
get there? Bro,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Y'all are crazy.
So
But
I remember
to
like
be more serious,
photographer
yeah.
back in the days, like photographer come over from the East Coast, they get really confused and really mad. It's like, why is nobody paying anyone for the shoot? It's like, that's not a thing because there's so many photographer, there's so many guys with cameras,
Mm.
and as you said, like if quality doesn't matter, there's always gonna be one person that willing to do it for free,
Yeah, do it
if
for
not
free.
more.
Oh, that's so fascinating, actually. Different culture, just like even within the US.
Same country, yeah.
Like East Coast, like everyone charges. I can't imagine like people doing just like free shoots who are good.
Yeah. I'm not sure have you met Eric, Big White Bazooka?
Yeah.
Uh yeah. I'm not sure is he in watching this right now or if someone from his team, but like um the thing is that yeah, he knows. We've been shooting for years. I know he's one of the first people that I know in the scene, and his stuff is good too. Like again, his stuff is really good, but quality doesn't matter and nobody charge, so that couldn't be a thing for him. I wish it could
But
be a thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
charging is such a double-edged sword because like on one hand, like
It's never the thing that you want to shoot.
yeah, it's like it's not something that like you want to shoot, uh, which means that like the quality suffers a bit.
Hmm.
But then on the other hand, like it kind of like I guess raises the expectation for photos. Like if they're paying someone, like they want the product that they're paying for, that like that they see on your um social media accounts.
But it's not just
Uh,
you though, because let's
yeah,
say when it comes to cosplay specifically, there's photos that you post that of some other cosplayer, they could be a better model or they actually have better cosplay.
yeah,
So that plays in a huge factor in the photos. So, and I can't just go like, well, I spent the same amount of effort. So if the photo is not good, it's because you suck. But I can't say
yeah. Oh
that.
yeah, no. I would never say that. I do
But that
feel
could be a
that a
reality
part.
though.
Yeah,
But
it
that
could
could be a
be.
reality. Yeah.
I do feel that a part of my job, specifically with younger cosplayers, is like direction.
Hmm.
That's actually something that a lot of people have given me good feedback on, is that like they like to shoot with me because like I know how to direct them, which like a ton of photographers don't know how to direct. It's just like, can you
Hmm.
like do this? And it's like click, 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 silence, click, 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 and like it's like pose the model. Um,
One
so
one thing people don't realize is that cosplayers, most of them, majority of them, 95%, if not more, are not models, and they do not know posing. And they don't even, lots of them don't even practice it. You know, that's what I like about working with professional models. One is that they have a lot of practice, lots of experience, and they don't have to rely on a prop, to express. And two is that because they do this for a living, so meaning their livelihood depends on it. It changes a lot. You grow a lot more when your livelihood depends on something. You know, it's kind of like someone putting a gun to your head. It's like, yeah, suddenly I can do so much anything, so much better if someone would put a gun to my head.
Like models make my job feel like a scam because I'm just like, I don't have to do anything. I'm just like, I don't have to pose this girl. I'm just like, click, she poses, click. I'm just like, this is like.
Do you remember the first time shooting with a real models? It's just like pose after pose, model looks after looks. Like, wow.
Yeah, I'm just like, holy crap. I'm like
a robot can do my job. Yeah, the robot could just put a camera, set it on face tracking, 1.8, done.
Yep. But that's I guess it's like two different types of like, I guess like where you react to a shoot or like not react, I guess like go through a shoot, either like the model that like doesn't need direction or like you like kind of like be something I'm fond of saying, and I who said that? Peter Hurley said it. He said like he's I believe was 90% therapist and 10% photographer. So like it's just like him like directing, like coaxing expressions and poses that look natural from the model, which I feel that is something that really separates a good photographer from like a not so good one. Is that like most people with enough time and like an hour of like YouTubing can like learn how to light something properly. But knowing how to like talk to someone and like draw the pose and like make them feel comfortable is a like talent that takes like years to develop. And like I'm still working on it myself even. But like that adds, I feel like some type of perceived value to cosplay photography, which so far is like some of the only that I've gotten is that people like, and they pay more to shoot with me because I know how to direct them, make them feel comfortable.
Especially if they're doing sexy photos.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially that, which is also like a whole other conversation about.
Do you also see the photos before you shoot it?
What do you mean?
Like in your head? Like do you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't realize
picture the vision for everyone in the final product.
Yeah. Because like I remember a few weeks ago there was this thing that was passing around about like if you tell someone to imagine an apple, what would you see? You know, some people see a drawing of an apple. Some people see only in black and white. Some people only see like, you know, very basic drawing. Some people can see in color. Some people like in their head. But for me, I can like imagine the whole thing in my hand. If I turn my hand, it will like how it looks different, you know.
I like the lighting and stuff.
And I think being a photographer helps that a lot, you know.
Yeah, it really does. Train your visual eye for aesthetics.
The way I help people to pose is that I would pose myself, and I think that really help release the tension, and also kind of like actually feel if I can do it myself. Yeah. Another question, because you're the East Coast. What do you think about Brandon Wolfie, whatever his name is? Photos are like
Brandon Wolfo.
Yeah.
It's so okay. When I first got into photography, he was like a god.
The shit.
Now I'm just like, I am so over this. Like it's the same exact like a cute girl with like fairy lights with a 50mm 1.4
and the pastel.
With like teal. Oh, I am so over purple and teal. By the way, that was a big reason. I'm just like, I am so tired of seeing these photos. Like I unfollowed him a long time ago. And like ultimately, like once I kind of like cracked the code to a style, I'm just like, this is so basic. This is cliche and boring, and like everyone tries to replicate that style to the point where it's just not unique anymore.
I'm just kind of jealous, mad that it worked out for him.
Yeah,
you know?
Like good for him.
Yeah. Good for him. But I'm like, damn. Like it's not like yeah. Once you crack the code, it's like it's not that hard. What is the trend right now?
In which field?
in I guess portrait. I mean, that's considered portrait photography, right? Or Instagram photography. Let's say Instagram. What is the big popular photography in Instagram you notice?
Hmm. I've noticed a lot of like film emulation. Like natural light, like grainy photos that like kind of mimic film and like or just like some people just like shooting
Like
straight film
old
again.
film?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Uh
very like relatively easy because like you don't have a lot of details? You kind
yeah.
of slap a
It's
filter
really
and
easy to like mimic it. And it's gotten really popular lately, especially with wedding photography. Like every
mm.
single like wedding photographer is like those like blown out highlights with like desaturated with like greens. Yeah,
Oh, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
that
Yeah.
style, that like rustic wedding style.
Do
Which
you still
honestly,
shoot wedding?
yeah, I'll admit I do like that style.
I feel like it's not
But
a thing I can use every single time though.
yeah, you can't.
Like,
It does not
yeah.
work with cosplay. I've tried it many times, but like
No.
it doesn't work
Yeah.
with cosplay. I can't do that like portrait film grainy style with cosplay. It just looks
People
weird.
woun't like it.
Yeah, they won't
And
like it.
see, I don't want to shoot wedding anymore. I would shoot engagement, like because
Mhm.
engagement photos are very pretty. But here's the thing too. I want to shoot some pretty engagement photos, but
Mhm.
not a real couple. I want models to be in,
Ooh, it's like a
and that's actually
stylized shoot.
yeah, and maybe really pretty like wedding dresses, you know. And that's actually how most wedding dresses are shot by a bunch of models who are actually not getting married.
That sounds pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like that
but
idea.
I'm not sure how to start it though. But dude, I have done couple photo shoots before. Man, just one advice: you better hope they don't break up, because if they do, you can never post those photos again.
That happened to me at this KatsuCon. I shot a couple's cosplay, and then like I sent it to her, and then she said like, "I don't care, we broke up." I was like, "Oh, okay, like, do you want your money back?" It was so awkward. I was like,
Hey,
"Oof."
at least you got pay, okay? For me, it was just a fun shoot, and I think the picture turned out really pretty.
Yeah,
And
and then
then
they break
I
up.
can't. Yeah, now I'm like, I can't post them again because it'd be really weird.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't post them again. Like they're like it's over. Like you.
So that's why, like, if I ever do couple photo shoots, I want two people who will never get together. So at least
Yeah,
it's not
that's
a
a
weird
very
thing.
interesting reason. Hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Just, I'm so mad. Those photos are so good.
Yeah. It is what it is. For my wedding stuff and like couple stuff, I admit I do live vicariously. I'm just like
Dude,
me
actually,
one day.
yeah, weddings actually is such a man. It's so hard on me. Like I don't like going to wedding anymore because like
Same.
wedding bells are just alarm clock these days. You know,
Yeah.
like
Weddings do have gotten to me lately. The more I shoot them, because it's just like damn, that's real love. Like, what does that feel like?
it's such a weird thing for me. Like for weddings, because I used to shoot a lot of weddings. So it's our job to know when's the bride gonna cry, to know what's the
Yeah.
vows like. Like I've seen so many patterns. Like it's our job to predict the pattern now to know what's gonna happen to get the shot. So the love is real, but at the same time, it's also formulated. Like there's a formula to it, you know. So I'm kind of jaded about it, but at the same time, it's like I want that, but I can't, like even knowing how it's done, I can't get it. So it's even make me feel even more weird about it.
Uh, I love weddings. Not really. Well, I love shooting weddings.
I don't like
Uh,
editing it.
I don't like editing weddings at all, actually.
Do you have any horror story from weddings? Like, do they ask for raws or like I want all 500 photos?
Ooh, horror story. Oh, right. Yes. All right. So back when I was, I had to be like 22 years old. I shot a wedding for the sister of a previous coworker, and like
Okay.
again, like me being like very little experience. I charged them $500 for all their wedding
You
photos.
must be new.
Yeah, must we do. And the poses were okay. There were some really awkward poses. and like I was supposed to meet to deliver like the CD to the groom
Okay.
with the edits. On the way there, I dropped it in the sewer. So he drives an hour, I drive an hour to like meet, and then I don't have the product. So for me again, a dumbass, I basically like lied until like my car broke down. Can we reschedule? And I could tell that he was so mad. I'm just like, I'm
How do you drop into the sewer?
because I was like 22 and like anxious and excited, and I dropped the stupid thing in the day of sewer on the sidewalk. So that was a horror story. I don't think I've had a horror story at a wedding per se, like actual wedding. I don't think I
Mm,
have yet. Knock on wood. No, I haven't. Oh, well, it didn't involve me. Remember last year, Dave and I shot a wedding where
mhm.
the pastor passed out from like heat exhaustion.
Oh, I didn't read the
Uh,
story. No, I know you guys shot a weddings together, but I
yeah.
didn't know that happened.
So that was a thing that kind of like postponed the wedding for a couple hours, and it was a really interesting experience. Just like kind of being like
Have
lower
you?
the camera slowly and back away. I'll let y'all deal with that.
So this is something I feel like I am more comfortable asking you.
Yeah. But
How do you feel about shooting people? There are two different skin color, like very extreme contrast. Because a lot of people are saying, like, non-photographer, they're saying, oh, you can shoot everyone the same, exactly the same. But from my experience, I actually shot a few weddings who were the couples were completely different, very different skin color. The groom was really dark skin color, and the bride was really light skin color. And my exposure was so hard. It was so
yeah,
tricky to
it's
shoot.
definitely hard. What I do is I expose for the lighter skinned person,
Hmm.
because I shoot Sony, so like I have shallow detail for eons.
Hmm.
Uh, and just like as someone who has also been in such dating situations, like always exposed for the brighter person, because I can always like make myself brighter, but like,
But you
it's
do know
definitely, it's
you
definitely,
do
it's really
tricky,
tough.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with portraits too. It's also really, really tough to shoot mixed couples. Uh,
That's why you need to say something whenever someone online says exactly the same. You're like, you're
yeah, I'm
helping a
like,
cause, but at the same time, like, that's not true.
yeah, it's not true.
My worst,
Uh,
not worst, but one of the bad wedding story I had was one thing I've learned is second marriage. The daughter on the groom side.
yeah.
Oh man, like see the son on the bride side, they're okay. They feel like someone taking care of their mom. They're actually more okay. They feel like more mature about it. But if the girl is the daddy's little daughter, like always a princess, oh man, she throw a fist during weddings. She like that's like if this second marriage, if the guy side is a daughter has a daughter, she always have a friends with her, Sarah, whatever, and then they'll get
Hmm.
really wasted. My
Oh,
problem, so I need to making sure I get all the shots I need of her and the family before she gets shit faced. She will get shit faced.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was hard. Oh, another one that's kind of tricky: Russian weddings. Have you shot a Russian weddings before?
I haven't. What's the
They
difference?
they don't smile. So
Is it
the
like a
first time
cultural thing?
is a cultural thing because
Oh
in Russian
no.
culture, it's very silly like almost foolish for someone to smile. So that's why you see a lot of Russian photos. People don't smile because you look like
And
a
this is
fool. No,
straight facing. That's
yeah.
wild.
So I was like, all right, everyone, let's get a photo, and they all look at me, and they're just like, I'm like, is there something wrong? Like, I'm really scared. Like, did I do something wrong?
Is there something
Yeah.
wrong?
Have you seen what's that one show? Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it though.
But yeah, it's like the
Personally.
captain. He was just like completely straight face, like, this is the best time of my life. It's like, are you sure?
Ghost based.
I had so much fun. It's
Jesus.
like, you do? Like, are
You're like,
you
I'm
sure you love
having
each
so
other?
much fun right now. Yay.
Yay. I'm like, okay.
Almost feels
So
like sarcasm to him.
yeah. So you ever shoot a Russian wedding if they're still very Russian, especially like the older generation, they're still more Russian. They come from Russia. You'll see that. So it's interesting.
Noted. Huh. I've shot a
Ah.
Russian wedding. That's on my list. I've shot a Jewish wedding, which was crazy, crazy
Oh
fun.
yeah. I have not shot an Indian wedding yet. Those one are also pretty crazy.
Same. That's a goal of mine. Like I've heard like those are just ridiculous.
Because
really
it's like
wanna
a
shoot one
few
one
days
day.
event, some of them.
Yeah.
And they'll like steal people's shoes, run around, bunch of colors.
Yeah, lots of dancing.
Yeah.
2 days
Have
of pay. What?
Have you thought about crashing? Have you thought about crashing weddings?
In what way?
As in just show up with a camera and just start shooting?
Oh no, I hate those types of people at weddings. The Uncle Bobs.
No. Not a friend's wedding. I mean, someone
just a random
completely
wedding?
random. Yeah.
That would be interesting. Just
It's like the movie Wedding Crasher, but instead of trying to sleep with people,
Yeah.
you just go there to
You
get
try to
photos.
take photos.
And then
Free
imagine sending it back to
portfolio
them.
photos.
I have
then,
never done
like-
it, but I have imagined it before.
Like send them better photos. Like oof.
Because no one really question you when you bring a camera. Like I have seen,
Yeah, they don't.
yeah, I've seen this one challenge before many years ago where DJ to see how far they can go by saying they're a DJ. For most clubs, not a problem. Just walk in if they have like a little, like especially if they have the turntable. They go say, yeah, I'm playing tonight.
Oh,
Like,
I've done that before with my camera. I'm just like, oh, okay.
As
I
long as you
see.
look like you hate yourself,
Yeah, like
then they're like, yeah, get the heck in here. Go to work.
it's like a good thing to know in life is to walk with purpose. Like walk like you know that you belong, and most of the time, nobody will stop you.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten to some really like internal places because like I acted like I like belonged, like knew where I was going.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
I've done that, like, for example, like, even though I have no idea where I am, but I have to go through here, so I just look at my phone like, yeah, I'm just doing
Yeah,
whatever I'm
it's
doing.
just like casually
Yeah.
walk by, just be like, oh yeah, whatever, and just go walk by.
Yeah. Or like, you know, even pretend talking on the phone, or even like just don't look around like a crazy person, or like look mad.
Yeah.
If you look like you're mad, you're frustrated, they're like, yeah, this guy has to be here. He's just working. He hates his life. He has to be here.
They on the phone, just like, oh my god, like walk past.
Yeah.
No one
Sorry.
bothers you.
Yeah. No, I'm coming in right now. Yeah. No. Yep. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah. You're walking in and like, not a problem.
Oh, I love it so much. Fake
Uh,
it till you make it.
Have you used TikTok yet?
I have.
So do you use it for posting or viewing, or what is?
I use
what's
it
your
for
consumption?
viewing. I posted a couple of TikToks, but they're mostly wildly inappropriate, so I won't share them. But yeah, I do
Like-
use TikTok.
What kind of content are you getting? Because like now I start liking and stuff that I actually care about. Then it's actually better for me. But at first, so I went through 3 stages, right? The first stage is when you first got TikTok, you didn't like anything, so you have no idea what you like. It show you all the popular stuff, which is just kids dancing. Like, I don't give a shit about this. This is just a bunch of kids
Yes,
who are acting
yes.
inappropriate, and I don't care, and I hate you all. And then I went through second stage where I start liking photography stuff, but then they give me all the popular TikTok photographer, which are all either doing really dumb stuff or like very
So
stupid tutorials.
cheesy. It's so cheesy. I unfollow them all. I
See,
try. I'm just like, this is so corny.
It's such a thing. It's like, I hate it, but I know if I do it, it will do really well. But I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I won't stoop to that level.
but like, should I stoop to that level? I don't know. You know, that's kind of conflict
The
that's
things
always
you
coming
do
in my
for
head.
clout.
Yeah. And then now it's finally
Unfortunately,
better. Yeah.
my TikTok feed is how do I word? Okay, so there are 3 sides of TikTok. Well, no. There's 2 sides of TikTok. There's the dancing stuff, which is fairly cringy, I'll admit.
Mhm.
And there's what I fondly call TikTok after dark. Okay, like the whole TikToks are hilarious. Like that's what saved the app for me. like the inappropriate TikToks, like the not safe for work TikToks, like the dating life, like
Dating live, the
romance,
dark humor.
dark humor, hilarious. Like that's
Yes.
what saves the app for me, and like that's what my whole feed is. It's a good algorithm. I'm surprised it definitely shows me
Surprising
things
algorithm,
that So that's my TikTok experience. Nothing congruent with
I
a
really like
positive
those dark
lifestyle.
humor, but I can't really share it, and some people wouldn't understand it.
Oh, I share it. I don't give. I'm sure my peeps on Instagram are just like, this dude shares some really inappropriate things. I'm just like, I don't care. I've
Now
been
you
in
get to enjoy
quarantine
it
for
too.
3 months. Let me enjoy my life.
Me being an extrovert is even trickier because like I want to go out. Let me out.
Saying, oh, dude, I'm dying. I've been dying to go out forever. Like I
Yeah,
definitely broke down a few times. Like where did I go? I went shopping at Best Buy just to get
I
out the house.
I don't think Best Buys are open for me, but I would just get food like drive-through food just so I can talk to someone.
Yeah, like I don't know how people are not losing their minds during this
I
because
don't
I'm just
trust
like,
them.
yeah, same. I don't trust you
I don't
introverts.
trust those people that like, no, nothing has changed. Seem perfectly normal. It's like,
Yeah, I was like, it must be nice
where's the
and not
body? Where are you hiding the bodies?
oof. Or the people who are like quarantined with their girlfriend or boyfriend. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I had a friend. I have a friend. Well, maybe had at this point now. He just got a girlfriend right before quarantine, and now all they post are just lovey stuffy story on Instagram about
gross.
making food together and all kinds of stuff. Like, how dare you to be happy? How dare you?
How dare you use this time to bond with your significant other? Disgusting.
How dare you? If I would trade spot with you, I would do it any second. But how dare you?
Oh, quarantine costing me my girlfriend, so you can't be happy either.
No, that's why I love talking with you. You know, even if I wasn't streaming this, I would be like, let's chat, man.
It's fun to
Because
shoot this shit and catch up.
it's someone who understands my pain as well.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
glad that we
it's,
can relate.
it's hard to like rant online and don't get it.
It really is.
Anyway, we should do this more, but how
Yeah,
can people find
absolutely.
you?
You can find me on Instagram at a.r.cossphoto, or if you want my non-cosplay stuff, it's just my name, Athel Rogers. Facebook is trash, so I don't care about that. And yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram it is.
Instagram minutes. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Right. Peace.
And
Thanks
enjoy.
for joining us.
See you guys later. Bye.